So I had answered this question before, and then the always reliable South Dakota internet went out, but unbeknownst to me, I didn't know. So the guy followed up with an email, and we're going to start with this because it's apropos. All right, there we go. So he followed up. Thanks, Aaron. It's a shame your internet cut out near the end of the video. I was hoping to hear the rest of what you had to say. I'm still fucking pissed about it. This is a guy who's he's a Chad. He's good looking. He got stood up by a girl. Standard, typical. I went literally OMG. I totally forgot. Fuck out of here. I'm still fucking pissed about it. There is nothing wrong with me as thank God you realize that. That was the main takeaway. The main takeaway is, and girls are getting stood up to, hey, if you got your shit together and they stand, there's nothing wrong with you. You didn't do anything wrong. It's not an us problem. It's a them problem. Society has the problem, not the individual. Yes, all of you are wrong. To this day, it still pisses me off how society would run interference for the person who lied and didn't honor their word. Oh, might have got hit by a truck. You never know. Traffic. Blah, 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 blah. They don't fly no more. They don't fly no more. People are fucking scum. Captain, why are you such a misanthrope? Why aren't you? What good have you seen coming from the average person on the street? It's even more, forget the sex war. It's more fundamental than that. It's more akin to conducting commerce, right? I say people flaking on each other, people standing each other up is more akin to non-dating, non-sexual examples in the world. For example, corpos posting fake job postings just to go and get your data or to build up a reserve of people in case a job does open up. Bachelor's required, master's preferred. Continued corporate employment where a bait and switch job description. We're going to have, here's your title and here's your job description. It has nothing to do with it. I got some lights so people can see where my driveway is, right? Because it's out in the middle. We don't have street lights where I am. So I got some, and one worked, the other one didn't. Honoring your fucking word. And if you're not going to honor your word, then you're going to have a low trust society, right? And surprise, now people aren't investing. Ladies, sit down on this. I want a man to invest in me. Well, what have you done to earn that man's trust to invest in you? Or is it like invest like daddy in the suburbs or Uncle Obama just giving you free stimmy checks? I don't care. You're all spoiled bitches at the end of the day getting money that you didn't earn. And I'm throwing you men in with that too. Are you just accustomed to people giving you free shit and bending over to serve you your eminence? Whether you're from the ghetto or Edina? I mean, shut the fuck up on time. Did you say you're going to do X? Why aren't you doing X? Right? Right? Even with your friends? We're all going to go bowling. And I'm looping you boys into this too. Billy said he wanted to go bowling. Let's all go bowling, A. And now you're waiting for Billy. Billy. You call him now. You could text nowadays. Hey, you coming bowling? I take a guess who this might be. And Cappy says, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in. My life sucks and I'm miserable. I'm going to stay in. And going to stay in. I know I said I was going to do X, but I'm tired and I'm going to stay in. You said you were coming. That's it. That you can't have a society. Look, you can't. Oh my God, I wonder why people aren't having children anymore. I could have swore there was a word, some word, a handful, not more than one word. There was more than one word exchange. In the past, I heard about that. Have you guys heard of this legend, this myth? Was there any veracity to it? Back in the day, apparently, the older generations, they would exchange words. They called them vows. And apparently, it was a pretty big deal on this agreement called marriage. So important, the government's got involved. He made laws about it. This was a thing. I don't know. Maybe the archaeologists can dig up some exact. But as legend goes, you would exchange vows about what you would and would not do as a commitment, as a sign, as an accord or an agreement to the counterparty in this marriage agreement. And then the 70s, apparently the 70s, just like, you had a bunch of divorce ditches come in, and they did the divorce dance. The divorce dance. I'm not happy. The divorce dance. And then apparently things went to shit. I have no idea. If we are not going to honor our word, then humans cannot interact. Humans can't work with one another. That's it. Hey, we're going to go slay the mammoth at sunrise over by Mog's Cave. Bring your spear. And no one shows up. This is just the flaking, which was happening long ago. Yeah, and I'm gonna say, if we go back to the 90s and the odds, it was women the majority of the time were doing the flaking and the standing up. Now apparently men are like, you want equality? Here we go. Oh, you girls don't like getting stood up. Well, maybe you can educate the next generation of girls to honor their word, because it's too late for you because you're all too old. I mean, ain't no guys asking you, are you getting stood up? Oh, equality, how's it feel? But if we're not going to honor our word, there's no reason. And especially among the sexes, because I don't know if you knew this, we're a binary sex. And there are men and there are women. And future little us's are created by those two working together and agreeing on something, at least for 5 minutes, until you regret it and then you file a lawsuit. And now, like even implied contracts, like, you're not going to regret this later and sue me? I mean, copy, that doesn't happen a lot. It happens enough. It happens. Look, if the worst that happened is you got a little slap on the wrist or like, hey, now, don't do that again. All right. But, oh, no, we're just going to throw you possibly in jail and your life is over. Yeah, I don't like my life being over. Really don't. So you're right, man. This strikes more at a fundamental core. Like, it just destroys trust. If you don't have to, I mean, I'm not talking big major trust, but like when I go to the mechanic, I trust they're going to fix the car and not damage it more than when I brought it in, which you can't rely on now in South Dakota. You're just like, you know what? I'll just do it myself. I'll YouTube it myself. I've become a pretty good mechanic this past week. I leveled up a lot in my mechanic skills. So yeah, it's what I get a kick is how no one seems to have any shame. Like, let me ask you girls something. Serious, if I have any women in the audience, did any of you girls feel shame when you stood a guy up? Because we all know you did, because that was the fun thing to do. It was like, it was the craze. It was all the rage back in the day. Everybody do the Michigan rag. Everybody do the Michigan rag. That was like a big toe tapper back in the 20s. Everyone was doing that crazy dance. Right, but you girls like, everybody do the stand up the guy. Everybody do the stand up the guy. Did you feel bad about? Do you have any? Do you have any remorse lying to men that were interested in you? Do you have any remorse? Like, I got remorse. There's some things I did that was wrong to people in my past. Nothing you could do about it. Like, I can't go back and find that guy and apologize to him. Right? But I have a soul. Do you girls have souls? Or was it fun and edgy? You have a right to get pissed, man. You wasted your time. There's nothing wrong with me, as I had plenty of success with the ladies a few years back. I think whether you had success with the women a few years back, you could have no success. What happened here is I agreed to X and the person did not deliver on X. That's it. That's it. And the only criticism I had of you is that you had expectations. You should know now that definitely under 40, everyone's a flake. Everyone is irresponsible. And you should always, boys, you listening to me, listen to me. You have to make sure that wherever you are going, I mean, really, I got like a little, it's from Google. A friend of mine worked at Google and gave me a Google laptop case because they want to make sure you're working all the time. And it's a nice little sleek little backpack case. And I have it's like a pick up and go where I got my laptop in there and I got a small camera. Like if I need to go somewhere quickly, I just grab that and go. And I can do work no matter where I go, coffee store, airport, whatever. You boys need to bring that with you at all times on dates. And you need to, the Roman emperor, or maybe not the emperors, but why a lot of the generals became emperors. So a lot of the Roman generals back in the day, they picked the battlefield. They're okay, well, you got the sun coming up in the eyes of our enemy, and you got a downhill slope, and then it's marshy. We'll get them bogged down in the marsh. That's what they said back in the day. You guys got to pick your battlefield. We're not talking like battle. It's like, yeah, I'm going to the coffee store I would go to anyway, and you may tag along. I'm going to my neighborhood bar, although that might be pissing where you eat, but and I'm going to have some beers with me and my buddies, and you can tag along. The mistake he made, if I recall correctly, sir, you went to this bar that did not have a view of the sunset, and you enjoy your sunset. Sunsets are very important to this man. I understand. What you should go to a place in that town. There's got to be a place where you could sit on a patio and watch your sunset, regardless of whether the woman shows up or not. I've just come to accept that the shit I buy off the internet, half the time it ain't going to work. And I always have a backup plan. Why? Is it because there's something wrong with the shit? No, there's something wrong with the people who made the shit. Just assume people are going to barely honor their word, perhaps only to the most precise lettering 30% of the time. Just assume most people are fuck-ups because they are. So that would be the only added advice, constructive criticism I could give you. I think you're all right. Women just aren't that interested in men overall. They're not. I don't. It's not that I think I'm right. I am right. If women were as interested, they'd be asking you guys out. If women were as interested, the vast majority of prostitution you wouldn't have. Frankly, if women were equally interested in men, you wouldn't have prostitution. They'd willing. Yeah, I want pizza. Yeah, I want sex. Let's go. Or I guess on the other way, men would be equally disinterested in sex. Like, no, I don't want to have sex. Let's just, I don't know, go get the pizza anyway and go bowling. But the fact prostitution, I think I even looked it up. It's like 89% of the transaction goes from men to women. There are gigolos, but they're definitely a minority. And it's the oldest profession. Guys, women are not that interested in you. They just aren't. And that's fine, because if they were, we'd overbreed and overpopulate and exhaust our food supply, and would have been a very, very, very short history of the human race. I took a break from dating for a bit to make money in construction, so I assumed it would be the same as it was in my 20s. Man, was I wrong. Anyway, thanks for the response. I really appreciate it, Chad Light. Well, there you go. Hopefully this follow-up video compensates for the South Dakota internet. Link below. If you don't believe me, the book of numbers, analyzing the ROI and pursuit of women. Please go get that. Read through it. No, the data's not wrong. Well, the data could be wrong. I didn't do the methodology. I went and found polling data and statistics that was already created. So I can't test to the veracity of it. But I will say this book, when you start looking at some of the data and the statistics, it is shocking how much it like spot on correlates with your own individual real world experience. Like, holy shit, that's right. That's almost exactly to the decimal point, my exact same experiences. And I don't know about you, but as I guess for lack of a better description, a social scientist, when my research corroborates and jives with what's happening in the real world, I think that's pretty good. I think I found the solution, or at least the explanations. My favorite thing about social scientists is if it doesn't fit their narrative because they don't care about empiricism. Like, oh, well, there's an actually, well, correlation doesn't equal causation. Just shut up. What we're going to take away from this, women don't like men that much. Okay. That's a fact. That is a fact. I await anyone to show me contradictory evidence. By all means, you show me where girls are asking men out in equal measure. You show me that. And you know why you're not going to it's just going to be crickets chirping because they know. They just don't want you to know. Because otherwise then the gig is up, but the gig is up already. Ladies, we should be advancing the conversation. Like, hey, how much do you want? How interested are you? Just the top 20%? We figured it out, by the way. Is it the top 10% now? Don't bother. Leave you alone unless we're excited. But then you're going to give us a flirty flirt. So what is the flirty flirt sign? Is it just this look over? And that was it? That was our opening? That was the exhaust port? That was the bright as the sun indication you were interested in? You just let us know. Let's have a conversation with words that have meaning. The whole feminine mystique, like, oh, I dropped my handkerchief. No. Just tell us now. You don't get to hold on to these outdated traditions of 100 years ago. No, man. What is it? Is it okay? So, we have our scientists. We figured it out. Like, you should probably be taller. We got to dress the clown, right? We got to dress up in ridiculous outfits to make it look like we're wealthy. We have to display wealth, even though it's all on credit and borrowed, right? You girls don't care about debt versus equity spending as long as it's spent. We got to say on the internet the politically correct things. Like we gotta look like Brad Pitt, but give the platitudes of David Hogg. Is that it? Or that was the magic? All right. That's it. No super chats. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.